Choose one.
Go ahead and jump right back into it. So in terms of the data frame, we're working with CountyDF. If you look closely, we want to analyze the population. At least that's one of the variables we want to analyze. And as I mentioned earlier, this is treated as a string, and that's not good. But we're going to deal with that in a little bit. The other thing to note about this particular variable is this open parentheses in 2025. My brain freezes sometimes. It is what it is. So we'll get rid of that. And so again, we can utilize the rename function. Okay, so we're going to lowercase county. I believe it's capital county currently. We're going to, instead of using population, we're going to rename population 2025. We're going to rename it population just in general. But if you notice, there's a special symbol, or at least a special character in the name population 2025. It's the parentheses, open and close. And so I'm going to do it how you would think to do it, right? Is to just keep it as this population 2025. However, R is going to recognize that as something else. So what we need to do is encapsulate this with this thing called uptick. So if you're on a Mac, I'm pretty sure it's on Windows as well. It's right next to 1, and you can just encapsulate that with upticks, and that would work. Last but not least, let's just modify this and say this is area rather than, so this should be a capital A. So we can just lowercase this and then run it, and then we should be fine in terms of our county data frame. Let's look at this. So click here. In terms of county, it's lowercase. In terms of population, it's lowercase. It's good. In terms of area, it's lowercase. Great, fantastic. The next thing that we're going to do, I'm so excited to make it short, but this used to take so many steps. We would have to remove the commas. We would have to turn it to a numeric, character. But come to find out, parse number comes from the readr library that allows us to do this in one easy step. So this is actually really nice about you learning more, techniques with different libraries, is that as time progresses, someone's going to think of a way to make things easier. And I wouldn't have known this if I didn't do, intentional research on this. And so in past classes, I would teach students, do all those steps, but now this does all the heavy lifting for us. So now populations is treated as a number. So if I go to county, I can now sort this as a number to double. So I can make this ascending. So if you're from, is it Butte? It's not, it's Alpine. Alpine is the smallest county in terms of population size. I think it's not going to work for me if I do it the other way. Let's see. Oh, it does. It should be LA County. That makes sense. Okay. Cool. All right. So, and it's nice. Not only does it, remove the commas, but it turns it to a numeric. So why do we use parse number rather than numeric? Because parse number can pull the number out of a string that contains, I'm gonna leave that, commas or other non-numeric text. So cool beans. We know, really cool here. Another transformation technique that's worth doing is actually being able to split the information, or split information that's within a variable. So to my knowledge, I believe this is called overloading in area, because this is specified in square mileage as well as kilometers or kilometers, depending on who you talk to. And so what we'd want to do is break it into two separate, columns, so that we can, make inferences in that way. So the functionality, the thing that we can do, well, this kind of gets to what I'm after, but this shows you how this is an issue. Okay, we're going to split this into the two. Something that's also nice about this, I got ahead of myself, my apologies, is that when it comes to area, when it comes to slice head, we can actually just display a couple rows or a couple rows of a particular data frame based off of this function. Okay, so I got ahead of myself. So going back to actually splitting it, okay, we're going to just run this one first. We can split the variable area into two separate variables. The delimiter, at least the thing that we're going to split on, is going to be, let's see if we look at this, we're going to split on the open parentheses here. So this is where to split it. So this tells us that this is square miles, and then everything to the right is kilometers. So we're going to split based on this open parentheses. So what I'm going to do is separate, tell it where to separate. And it will be, let me erase, open parentheses, not just open parentheses. The issue is that in R, this is a special symbol, the actual open parentheses, special syntax. So in order for us to like escape that special meaning, what we'll do is // oh, sorry. No, that's backwards slash to escape that. And then last thing that we're going to do is to, once that we create these two new variables, square mileage in text and then square mileage in kilometers, we're going to remove the old column, which is just area. So let's go ahead and do this. So what I'm saying is that we're going to take area, separate it into two columns, area square mileage, area square kilometers, based on the open parentheses, and then we're going to remove area from the existing data frame. So I'm going to copy this and I'm just going to paste it here. And when I now run this, when I look at this, go to my data frame, I no longer have area, and I have my two splits. Okay, I have my two variables. I have that split where I separated. Okay, so that's that. So now we want to clean these variables. So what function do you think I should use, right, to get the numbers from those columns? If you said parse number, kudos to you. Kudos to you. So what we're going to do is parse number. Good. And then do it again. Parse number. Kudos. Okay. Now, so I ought to say kudos. I don't know what I'm doing. So then I'm going to go ahead and run this. And now these are now numbers. So we now have the square mileage. We got the square kilometers as numbers. However, area did come back. Why did it come back? That's an interesting thing. I think I need to make sure I modify it, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll keep on going. So when it comes to understanding what we did here, let's answer some of these questions. What does a separate do to these columns, to the area column in this example? Okay, so the separate variable splits the column, or variable, the column / variable into multiple columns using a pattern. And the pattern that we noticed was to separate the open parentheses, but we had to put a escape, 2 backslashes in front of it. Okay, our wonderful, powerful parse number allowed us to extract the numbers, extract numbers from text. Magical, you know? And so that's the end of the transformation video. Like, this is really, really cool because this used to take a lot of steps. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.